Okay, I'd like to call the September 3rd, 2024 regular meeting for the Everett Housing Authority to order and do roll call. Commissioner Andrews is coming. Commissioner Burgess.
Here.
Commissioner Manziel. Commissioner Perez.
Yeah.
Commissioner Trainer.
I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty, the first thing we have on our agenda is an executive session. So the board will now adjourn into executive session for a period of
I'll go 30 minutes.
30 minutes, okay. So it's 12:02 now, so we would be coming out of executive session at 12:32. And we're going into the session to review the performance of a public employee. Okay, the board has come out of executive session to request 10 more minutes. So we will be going back in. It's 12:32 and end at 12:42 for 10 minutes. Okay, I'd like to announce that the board is reconvening in public session with no action taken in executive session. And we now move on to the public comment, and commenters have 2 minutes each. Do we have any commenters? Okay, I'm not hearing any commenters. So next we'll go to communications, and I'd like to call for any communications. I'm not hearing any there either. So now we'll go to the executive director's report. So Mary Swenson, will you provide?
Yeah, so we have a request from the Community Benefit Agreement Committee to extend the term of that. And that's just gonna take a, I believe it's a motion and agreement from the chair to extend that. And John, I don't know whether you want to talk about that a little bit as the chair of that committee. I think we're looking at probably would be done by November. I thought if we extended it to November, we really plan to be done in October, but that would give us definitely enough time.
Yeah, at the chair's discretion, I'll speak to that resolution when we bring it up.
We don't actually need a resolution.
Okay.
What we just need is a motion, if I remember right.
All right, I move to delay the September thing to November for the subcommittee on community benefit agreements.
Seconded.
Okay, perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? I think we're going forward that way. Thank you.
Thanks.
Mary, do you have anything else for us?
I do. We wanted to talk a little bit about the schedule for the commissioners' meetings. I know that the commission had added several meetings into the schedule for education purposes. And I've heard some comments from several different commissioners that maybe we wanted to either keep the same schedule but spread out how the meetings are put on the calendar, because like this last one, we had a meeting would have been last Monday, and then we had a meeting the next Monday because they're coming very close to each other. The other thing that I heard was, would it be better to do education on a quarterly basis? Or every other month basis. So I'm gonna leave. I just wanted to get your input. I heard from several different board members, that they wanted to take a look at that. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay. Any commentary? Oh, John, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, I do. I personally, would like us to kind of go back to the schedule that we had prior to adding the more meetings. It was more doable for the professional schedule in my personal life. I don't know about the rest of the commissioners, but I have yet to be able to make every single one of these meetings course, the fall was complicated and so was the winter, but like here we are. But I mean, twice a month it's really hard to make those obligations. So
Any
thanks.
thoughts, John, on training that we wanted to get? Any comments on like for her suggestion quarterly? Sorry, I'm talking, I need to talk into my mic. Any thoughts on quarterly training?
If you're asking me, I mean, it just depends on the date of it. I'm open to training, of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Okay, thanks. Commissioner Burgess?
Yeah, I would echo what John said in terms of, you know, the schedule that we have put forward. We put that schedule together when the Housing Authority was going through a crazy amount of transition. And it was a way for the board to communicate directly to folks there at the Housing Authority. And I think since that time, and since we've been having these meetings, and since Mary has taken over, I think that we should go back to our original calendar.
Okay, good. Commissioner Burgess, I see your hands up as well.
I agree with the two other commissioners. I think things have changed now since we have brought Mary on. But I do think that if we had a training schedule that we could actually put on our calendar, and some of the things that we don't understand, such as HUD and all of that. But I know Commissioner Trainer and I will be getting a lot of that new information next week when we are at the training that we'll be able to share with folks. So yeah, if there was something that we could do as far as, just creating a schedule so that we can put that on our calendars, and that the training that we have is relevant to the projects that we're doing. That was my hope, was that we could understand more about our internal work and the projects that we're doing. But I agree. I'm tired too.
Any comments from other commissioners?
What we have in mind as a retired old man, I have all kinds of time, so I'm open to all of it.
I'm certainly ready for it, and you can think because Mary handles her job, that we can certainly be at ease somewhat.
Thank you.
So last time we had to do a hold.
We'll have to bring back a resolution because you have a resolution that amended it. So your previously scheduled meetings were February 26th, March 25th, May 28th, June 24th, August 24th, and then November 12th. So we'll just go back to those. And then if we need to add additional meetings, we can add them.
Maybe we can work on a training schedule, so they
Yeah.
have it in advance.
Okay,
There was that much noise,
yeah.
So Mary, for the next scheduled meeting, which is in early October, we had planned to do a public hearing related to our amendment to our annual plan and MTW supplement, and also have that 202 board meeting.
Right.
So I think we would probably want to try and keep that meeting on the calendar if possible. So for the
Okay.
public hearing, we can't push that until November.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we keep that October meeting on?
And then we can take the resolution.
And then we can take the resolution updating our meeting schedule to that October meeting.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then that will solidify it at that point.
and the October meeting is
The
scheduled for what
October
day?
meeting it's the first Monday in October. Which would be,
It's the 7th.
the 7th.
Mary, are you done with your executive report?
We just have just a few more things. And really, I just want to thank all of the folks that we have at the table that are serving in interim roles. Anna Todd and Melanie. I have a problem with your name.
Yes, thank you.
Ian doing a heck of a job. Kelly King, I'm having a name problem this morning. Kelly King, is, acting HR director and is doing a bang up job also. And Kimberly with finance is just fantastic. And then Cal is back in asset management. So we've had a whole bunch of transitions going on and, yeah, I just want to thank them all for the job they're doing. They've been doing a fantastic job.
Sure that on behalf of all the commissioners, we all thank you.
Yeah, thank you much.
Good job. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. And I need to get a motion for the approving the regular meeting held on August 5th, 2024 meeting minutes.
August 24th meeting.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any against? Nope, hearing none. Then the motion is moving forward. Next we have the consent agenda. And I'm going to call for a single motion to adopt the consent agenda, which consists of the Section 8 payments for the month of July 2024, the summary of vouchers for the month of July 2024, and authorizing amendment number 29 to the interagency agreement with the Housing Hope relating to the Commerce Building SRO unit.
To approve consent agenda.
Seconded.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any against? Okay, motion passes. The next is items for individual consideration. For the first one, it's resolution number 1597, HUD 202 nonprofit board staffing, senior housing portfolio. Do we have someone who's introducing that at all or discussion on it?
Were you gonna introduce it?
No, it was not.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, if you would do that, that's all.
All right, commissioners, yeah, happy to introduce this resolution. So you may all recall that we purchased a portfolio of senior properties from Senior Services of Snohomish County several years ago. That were financed under the HUD Section 202 for the elderly program. All but 2 of those properties have been converted from the 202 project rental assistance contracts to project-based vouchers. We had 2 properties that were financed under the HUD project-based rental assistance or PBRA subsidy model. Those 2 were not eligible for conversion, so they are still continuing under the HUD 202 program. And as part of the required ownership structure for those properties, we have to have they're set up as separate nonprofits, and we have to have a board that governs those 2 nonprofit entities. And those 2 properties are Linwoods and Silverwoods. And so the board makeup consists of a subset of our commissioners, as well as a resident from one of those 2 properties. And then also a woman named Carol Wheeler has continued to participate in that board, and she was a former employee of Senior Services. Looks like Commissioner Curley is familiar with her. And so the purpose of this resolution is just to update the appointments of this board. This is something that we're required to do. And then the plan is that our next regularly scheduled meeting will have just prior to the regular Board of Commissioners meeting, we will have a meeting of that 202 board. And so we worked with property management staff to identify a resident at one of those properties that has agreed to participate in that board. And so now that we've done that process, this resolution just effectuates those appointments.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions from commissioners at all? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to consider approving resolution number 1597. Second.
Oh,
Seconded.
Okay, all those in favor? Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Okay, resolution number 1597 is approved. Next, we'll move on to resolution number 1598, requesting review of the Healthcare Authority to participate in the Washington State Insurance Plans, PEBB. Do I have someone interested in that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. So we were in negotiations with AFSCME, and one of the requests was that they changed from our current medical coverage to the PEB coverage, which is the Washington State Insurance Plan. It's through the state. We've looked into it, and it looks like it's gonna be a cost savings to the authority. So we're excited about that. It also looks like it broadens the coverage. It also gives coverage to retirees. They have the ability to get retiree coverage. Not that we would be paying for that. It's something that has been talked about within the authority for quite a while. And in order to effectively be able to do that, even though we're still in negotiations with AFSCME, if we don't pass this resolution that starts the process, we would not be able to complete the process. That's the reason for the resolution. Kelly, do you have anything that you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, it's just something that we've talked about doing for a few years, between finance and HR. We actually looked into it a couple of years ago, but the timing wasn't right. For us to be able to start on a January 1st plan year, at that time, but we got ahead of the game this year and started researching back in April so that we could be prepared. And we've been told that we should submit our application this month if we want to move forward with having it available to our employees in January.
Is there any questions or comments from commissioners? Okay, hearing none.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Not so much a question, just a comment. It would be nice for us to see at the savings cost once we have this finalized. Thank you for
Absolutely.
that work.
Point. Anything else? Okay. With that, I will need a motion to approve resolution number 1598. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion.
Okay. Did I get the second? Okay. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Resolution number 1598 passes and is approved. Next on the agenda is adjournment. So the next.
I just have one other quick question, not question, just comment. I have been working with Dwayne at Hasco about a possibility of a joint board meeting between the two boards of Hasco and Everett Housing Authority. So we're looking at dates probably in October, November timeframe. So we'll get back to you on that. We were thinking maybe late afternoon, one afternoon. I don't know if you have any preference for time of day of the week.
And ask Colby supplying lunch. Good.
For me, this will be in person, correct?
Yes.
So for me, it would be great to have like a happy hour time frame where we don't have to try to get back to work.
Like a 4 o'clock somewhere in there.
Yeah, or even dinner, but yeah, after work hours.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
I think they had a board meeting later this month. I want to say it's mid-month, and then we were going to talk about the potential dates. So thanks.
If I may, just something to think about. Some of us have professional jobs and having to do with certain things that happen every 4 years, and October before the election is really busy. So hopefully we can pick some dates that work.
We can push it out a bit.
Thank you.
My suitcase is a permanent furniture fixture in my living room. So thank you, John.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing more, the next meeting is Monday, October 7th at noon, and then we'll go back to our normal schedule once we get a motion. a resolution for that. So, I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any opposed? No?
None.
All right. We'll call it a day. Meeting is adjourned.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that great home, Mr. Mansell?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I can take it.
You don't wanna walk?